What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a very interesting Liverpool transfer news video where we will talk about Matteo Brozovic because Calcio Mercato, an Italian news outlet, is reporting that Liverpool are preparing an offer for the 29-year-old awesome midfielder. He's one of the best midfielders of the Serie A. He is mainly a deep-lying playmaker similar to Thiago in that he's spraying passes all over the place. Of course he's not as good as Thiago, but Thiago is now out injured with a hamstring injury. It's a serious injury. He could be out for 2 or 3 months. We don't know the exact timetable, but as soon as Liverpool find out, we need to sign a midfielder because we can't go into the season a little bit short. And actually it's a little bit of a blessing in disguise that Thiago got injured during the transfer window, so Liverpool can respond and act and move for a player to beef up the Liverpool midfield options. So if you were Liverpool FC, who would you sign? Let me know in the comments below. And of course, if you enjoyed these updates, leave a like and subscribe if you are new around here. Brozovic's market value is around 40 million euros according to Transfermarkt. So he could be available for around 30-35 million pounds. And Calcio Mercato is reporting that of course Inter don't want to lose one of their best midfielders. Brozovic can play as a defensive midfielder, as a box-to-box midfielder, and actually throughout his career Brozovic has scored I think 44 goals in total, 47 goals in total and 55 assists as well, which is really impressive. Last season in 47 games he scored 3 goals and got 4 assists, so he's not famous for his goal scoring ability, but I think he would be a really good option for Liverpool, and I'm sure that he wants a new challenge because he has been at Inter for 8 seasons now. And what is really crucial, and I think Liverpool need a midfielder like this, he's not injury prone. In the past 4 seasons he played on average around 45 games, 48 games last season for Inter, 42 games the season before, 46 games the season before that, 42 games the season before that. So in the past 4 seasons he played an amazing amount of minutes, amount of games, and he's also very experienced. He played in the 2014 World Cup, 2018 World Cup, he played in the 2016 Euros, he played in the 2020 Euros, he played for Croatia national team in these tournaments. He already played 74 games for Croatia, scoring 7 goals as well. So he has 48 goals in his career in 446 games, which means that he's basically scoring once every 9 or 10 games, depending on, you know, what kind of season he's having. So he's not a goal scoring midfielder, let me stress that. But Liverpool really lack a player like Brozovic who can reliably play for 35-40 games. I'm not sure if Liverpool exactly need this profile of a player, but if Liverpool want to use Henderson as a number 8, as a box-to-box midfielder, then we could use Brozovic as an understudy to Fabinho and sometimes as a box-to-box midfielder as well. And he could bring something different, something unique to Liverpool because he's a little bit of a different type of player to Henderson, a little bit of a different type of player to Fabinho as well. And of course he's quite a lot different than Harvey Elliott or Naby Keita. And he already won the Serie A with Antonio Conte. He won the Italian Cup last season under the management of Inzaghi and also the Italian Super Cup. So Brozovic probably is not like desperate to leave Inter, but Marotta, the vice president, and Marotta, the president of Inter, and the vice president, Javier Zanetti, made it clear that at Inter nobody is like not for sale because Inter doesn't have incredible like finances, and for economic sustainability, if a good offer comes in for one of their starting 11 players like Brozovic, they are ready to sell him. At Inter nobody is not transferable, basically that's what Zanetti himself said, and Liverpool are interested in Brozovic, so let me know what are your thoughts about this. Fabrizio Romano also spoke about this interest. He confirmed that Liverpool are interested in that as well. And Fabrizio Romano basically confirmed that Jurgen Klopp is still in the market for a midfielder during the transfer window because of Thiago's injury and because because of the injuries of Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain and Curtis Jones, Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp had a rethink in their transfer strategy. But this is what Fabrizio Romano said: Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool will consider a new midfielder if there is an opportunity on the market. I believe that Sporting Lisbon's Mateus Nunes is a very interesting player who would be a good fit for Liverpool, but we need to see the amount that the club will be prepared to invest, and Liverpool are also interested in Marcelo Brozovic, as I said. And Liverpool's midfield was really a big concern against Fulham because it was pedestrian, it was passive, it was complacent. The Liverpool performance was not good enough. And yesterday Man City smashed West Ham with an Erling Haaland double. Man City look as good as they looked last season, so this is already a concern for Liverpool. But Fabrizio Romano also said that Inter Milan don't really want to sell Brozovic. He just signed a new contract a few months ago, and Inter don't really want to sell him. Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool will consider a new midfielder if there is an opportunity on the market, but Brozovic might not be the player that Liverpool could sign. But I still wanted to make a video on this because more and more links keep popping up about Brozovic, and he has been linked with Liverpool last year as well. So Liverpool are big fans of Marcelo Brozovic. Sorry if I said a different first name previously. But Calcio Mercato is also reporting that Inter would consider selling Brozovic if Naby Keita or Bobby Firmino went the other way in a potential swap deal. So would you sacrifice Naby Keita or Bobby Firmino for Brozovic? I think at the moment I'm a little bit torn. I still want to give this season to Naby Keita because I still think that there is a world-class player in Naby Keita that is waiting to be unleashed once he gets fit, and hopefully he can get a consistent run of games at Liverpool. Bobby Firmino, I'm really not sure about him at the moment. It looks like he's leaving at the end of the season. There is no talk of a contract extension, and his recent performances throughout the last 18 months haven't really filled me with any confidence that he can get back to his best. So I would definitely keep Naby Keita at Liverpool, but I would probably sacrifice Bobby Firmino. He only has 1 year left on his contract, so let's give Bobby Firmino to Inter, maybe pay a little bit more on top of Firmino, like 10-15 million, and hopefully Inter will say they will accept it. I think Bobby Firmino would thrive in a lot less physical league like the Italian league. And if you just look at Naby Keita's goal scoring numbers, it's not really convincing. He has 11 goals in 117 appearances for Liverpool, so he is actually scoring less amount of goals than Brozovic does for Inter Milan in his career, which is really strange because Naby Keita is a goal-scoring midfielder on paper at least, and Brozovic is more of a defensive-minded midfielder. And I already loved your comments on yesterday's videos, so keep them coming. Let me know where do you stand on the debate whether Liverpool should sign a midfielder, who should we sign. Keep the comments coming. I'm reading every single one of them. I will try to reply to as many as possible. And Dominic King posted a brilliant article in the Daily Mail. I really love him as a journalist. I think he's doing great work. And he said that in previous seasons, before the Pep Guardiola era in the Premier League, getting a point at a newly promoted team away from home on the first day of the season felt like an acceptable result. But nowadays, with Man City having so many relentless, incredible 90-95 point seasons, it already feels like the end of the world. Dominic King said, this is a new world of football where there is no scope for making false steps. The climate is such that anything other than a win feels like the end of the world. And Liverpool's rhythm was wrong. It all began inside the first minute when Trent Alexander-Arnold carelessly surrendered possession and Mitrovic was invited to set the tone, and we made Mitrovic look like he's a prime Ibrahimovic, honestly. And what is really significant, I'm seeing incredible numbers here, because Liverpool's front three is evolving with Darwin Núñez. And Darwin Núñez played just 39 minutes against Fulham, but he had more touches inside the opposition penalty area than any other Liverpool forward, and he actually had more touches than Firmino and Salah combined, or Salah and Luis Diaz combined. I mean, Firmino played 51 minutes, he had only 3 touches in the opposition box. Darwin Núñez in just 39 minutes had 8 touches in the opposition box, compared to Salah, who played in the full game. He had 4 touches in the opposition box, Luis Diaz had 3. And Sadio Mane, the man Darwin Núñez replaced, has averaged 6.9 touches in the box per 90 minutes last season. So Núñez is the first player to score and an assist on his Premier League debut. The fact that he had so many touches in the opposition box is really promising and encouraging, and I think Darwin Núñez should start against Crystal Palace. Jordan Henderson said that Liverpool can play a lot better than this. There are no excuses from us. I felt as though we looked a little bit lethargic at times. We didn't play the way we normally do. It has to be a one-off, otherwise Liverpool will fall so far behind in the title race against Man City that it will be impossible to catch them. Henderson said there is a lot to work on. It is only the first day of the season, but we want it to start a lot better than that. There's still a long way to go, and we need to improve quickly. We've got a decent week now to prepare for the next game, so we need to use that as much as we can. And if you want to last the distance in the title race against Man City, there is no other option but to go on a winning run now. Otherwise, Man City will just pull away. But overall, I'm really happy that the Premier League football is back. And I also wanted to give you guys an update on the loan players at the moment who are out on loan from Liverpool. Leighton Clarkson scored an absolute banger for Aberdeen against St Mirren. They won 3-0 and he scored a brilliant goal. Conor Bradley also played 81 minutes for Bolton Wanderers against Wickham. He got an assist, which is brilliant. Reece Williams for Blackpool played the full 90 minutes against Stoke. And Tyler Moulton came on as a substitute, only played a minute against Swansea City, but Blackburn won 3-0. James Balagizi also played the full game for Crawley Town against Leyton Orient. And Marcelo Pitaluga made world-class saves for Macclesfield, where they won 2-0 in the end, and he kept a clean sheet, which is pretty amazing. And Adam Lewis only played 7 minutes for Newport County against Walsall. So most of the Liverpool loan players played a lot of games, and that is very encouraging. And Liverpool also could get a significant amount of money after Luis Alberto is subject of a bid from Sevilla. He is a former Liverpool player who played for Lazio since 2016. But Sevilla have submitted an offer of around 15 million euros, which is around 13 million pounds, and Liverpool would get 30% of that. So 13 million pounds, 30% of that is around 4 million, almost 4 million pounds. So it's not like an incredible amount of money. It's not enough to sign a midfielder with that. But Lazio are demanding around 19 million. So Liverpool could receive around 5.5, maybe 6 million pounds in total. And it's not a lot of money in this one deal, but if Liverpool can keep inserting these sell-on clauses into players' contracts or players' sell-on contracts with other clubs, then Liverpool could significantly increase their revenue and increase their transfer budget in the near future. And Jurgen Klopp also said that Luis Diaz can play a lot better than what he did against Fulham. He said, Luis Diaz is a great player, a fantastic player, and today he had a massive chance, a super chance. Look for offensive players on a day like this. It's really not easy because they defend massively from how they get set up, how the deliveries are, and we didn't play well enough to bring them in the right moments. But when we were there, then you can see immediately how good Luis Diaz is, how one-on-one crossbar or post, I don't know exactly. He was so close to scoring. Brilliant player, but he can play even better than today, like all the South Americans in our team. So Liverpool really need to energize them and play on the front foot from the first day, from the first minute against Crystal Palace. You can't start slow in the Premier League because then it's really hard to get the momentum back. So let's hope that that Liverpool will play much better against Crystal Palace. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. A new career mode episode is coming later today, so stay tuned for that. Have a nice day. See you later. Good night.